At HDanywhere, our mission is to change the relationship people have with AV in their homes. We're determined to improve the in-home audiovisual experience and to make integrated whole home AV more mainstream. The role of the television display, and indeed the number of TVs in our homes, has evolved significantly in the past decade. An ever-growing number of screens provide us with a mixture of entertainment and information. So much so that moving images, audio and ticker tape information bars have become a constant in our lives, forming part of our everyday environment. In the future, even more personalised content, such as our calendars, messages, notifications and social media will utilise these displays also. A recent report conducted in Q1 2016 by the Broadcasters Audience Research Board found that in the UK alone, 9 million homes have 2 TVs, 4 million have 3, and 3 million have 4 or more. That means that a staggering 16 million homes in the UK could potentially benefit from a multi-room system. The problem as we see it is that the mainstream multi-room systems from the most common service providers are restricted and locked down to just a single platform, often lacking in desirable features such as 4K being available on every TV, or even being able to pause viewing in one room and resuming it in another. And rather than serve to enhance or simplify the experience, they actually add more unsightly set-top boxes and remotes. At HDanywhere, we don't conform to this approach. We want to maximise the use of all entertainment devices and subscriptions, not restrict or lock them down with caveats. We want to rid the world of ugly TV furniture, power cables, unsightly wiring and set-top boxes. HDanywhere systems are hidden devices that enable smarter, neater living spaces. Control is another important aspect of multi-room TV that is completely overlooked by mainstream service providers, but not by HDanywhere. In a world of emerging home control and automation interfaces, such as mobile apps, voice control, and universal remotes, being closed is simply not an option if you want to deliver the best experience. HDanywhere is open to integration with complementary control systems via our open API. In fact, a HDanywhere MHUB can form the central nervous system of a smart home, moving video, audio, control, and Ethernet signals to every room. We believe that entertainment and access to it is the gateway to homeowners adopting a wider range of smart home products and services, such as smart lighting, security, heating, and more. That is where the role of a home technology professional comes in, and you can find them listed on the HDanywhere installer network. We are the first and only brand in our category to target the homeowner directly in our marketing. Every day, our site's drawing thousands of qualified visitors looking to improve or start their smart home with HDanywhere. And we actively encourage consumers landing on our website to use the services of a home technology professional. The hassle of installation is often thought of as a barrier to purchase, but our installer network puts these people directly in touch with their local and no doubt helpful HDanywhere Pro. Fundamentally, we have to ask ourselves, how can our widget improve the lives of our customers? The key driver for HDanywhere product innovation is designing systems that change the in-home audio-visual experience for the better. Delivering the best home AV experience is about bringing together video, audio and control into a unified, seamless system. In our opinion, that system should be a HDanywhere system. HDanywhere, smarter, neater AV.
Good evening, everyone. Hi. Thank you for being here tonight for our X event. And clicker. HDA has always had tremendous support from our customers, our dealers, our distributors, the media, and the industry in general. And a packed house here tonight is a real testament to that. Thank you for being here. Some of you have travelled from far and wide to be here, and it really means a lot to me and the team. And welcome to Manchester, the city where we founded our company. 10 years on, and I'm very pleased to say that last year was our best performing year ever. So thank you for an extraordinary year. I absolutely love that intro video, even with low volume. In fact, when I viewed it for the first time, it made me feel quite emotional, and that's the truth. It took me by surprise. And let's face it, if we work in the smart home technology industry, we're all gadget lovers, myself included. We spend most of our time obsessing over the devices themselves, over the specs, over the hardware. And perhaps we focus too much on the physical device itself and not the human aspect of what we do enough. And that video jolted me to remember just how technology and how HDanywhere products in particular have a positive impact on people's lives. As part of the smart home technology industry, fundamentally, we should be continually asking ourselves, how can our products or services improve or enhance the lives of our customers? And that is a key driver behind HDanywhere product innovations. HDanywhere designed products that change the relationship people have with AV in their homes. HDanywhere delivers smarter, neater AV. Which brings me on to X. And what is the significance of X? X stands for 10. 10 years in business and 10 new products. At HDanywhere, we do things differently. And that's epitomized by the intro video we just saw and everything you're experiencing right now at this event. No one else does stuff like this. I'm sure they will after this, but tends to happen. We're not a typical manufacturer in the video distribution category. Great design and a brave, innovative culture is at the heart of our business. And one of the things that defines HDanywhere is the number of firsts we rack up. In 2014, we were the first and still are the only video distribution brand to win Best Innovative Product at the CEDIA Awards. And just 4 months ago, we were the first brand to release an official iOS and Android app, downloadable from the App or Play Store, and that's approaching nearly 1,500 downloads in 4 months. The HDanywhere app is only going to get better and better and better, and we're going to come back to that later on tonight. HDanywhere is also the first brand in our category to market the benefits of our systems to homeowners. And we also heavily promote and advocate using a professional installer, which on our website we call HDanywhere Pros. We funnel inquiries from homeowners directly to our dealers via our installer network. And we know it works. Analytics show us that since launch, there have been almost 10,000 installer network page results delivered. And on these pages, HDanywhere Pros don't just have to advertise the fact they do video distribution, they can advertise all the other services they offer as well. So heating, lighting, audio, home cinema, security, and so on. There's been over 2,600 dealer phone number requests, over 2,100 click-throughs to dealers' own websites. That's over 4,700 qualified leads passed directly to our dealers. If you're a home technology professional, it's clear the benefits of being listed on the HDanywhere installer network. And we're going to continue to improve and develop that service in the coming months. I'm excited because in this keynote, we'll be revealing more first for HDanywhere. And so, on to new products. 10 new products. Starting with 4 brand new extenders. A new range which we call Extend or XTND. These are the first products to feature our new design language. And because we're all fans of a certain film, we call this design language Carbonite. Now, considering TVs have been getting lighter and thinner, I'm baffled why we still use weight as a measure for the quality of electronics, especially when we're often fixing them to these ultra-slim, ultra-light displays. XTND is completely made of aluminium. It means they are really light and we're able to make them really thin, which is much better for today's ultra-slim displays. I call them slender extenders. I thought that was a great headline, but... And here's the full range with specs and retail pricing. Now, I'm not going to go into this in too much depth, but effectively we have 2 1080p models and 2 4K models. But I want to draw particular attention to a model we call the XTND 4K 100. Now, this is the first product for HDanywhere that uses HD-T2 technology, also known as Class C. It delivers 4K 100 meters, very reliably and very dependably. It delivers 1080p, a massive 150 meters in long-range mode. And it also offers audio return from either an optical SB-diff or HDMI ARC connection from the display back to the transmitter. It really is a class-leading, phenomenal extender product. And I urge you to get hands-on with that after the show at the after party. Okay, so that's XTND, a truly slender extender. The 2K30 and the 4K40 models are shipping right now. Some of you may already have them. And the 2K40 and the 4K100 models are shipping next month. Okay, so that's 4 of our 10 new products revealed. Now I'd like to talk to you about MHUB. Today I want to introduce some brand new MHUBs, which are our complete multi-room system packages. What most people in the trade call matrices, we call MHUB. Now, this is our very popular 4x4 MHUB 2K. It's been our most popular multi-room system by quite a distance. We've sold a lot, even though everyone told us we should have made it in black. And we know that this is down to its price point, dependability, and performance. And that's great, but we all know that we're moving into an Ultra HD world. Access to 4K devices and content is growing rapidly. And in fact, in the UK, it's already here in spades. We're much more further along the line for 4K than a lot of other countries. And of course, some of this content is locked down to closed systems. Closed systems like Sky Q, closed systems like Amazon Prime, and closed systems like BT. So if I want to watch all my favorite 4K content, and I happen to be a fan of Clarkson, May, and Hammond, so I want to see the Grand Tour, I'm also a massive fan of football, as a lot of you will know, so I want to watch the Premiership in 4K. I also happen to like Aviva Premiership Rugby and MotoGP, so I'm going to want BT Ultra HD as well. And to achieve that, I need to buy 4 separate devices. And obviously that's where HDanywhere comes into play, and where HDanywhere still has a strong role to play within smart home. So we began to think, what if we could make a 4K compatible MHUB that was closer to the price of MHUB 2K? How many more homeowners would be interested in HDanywhere if we didn't have to spend twice as much on a 4K system than a 2K system? And so I'm very pleased to announce that we're replacing our MHUB 2K systems with 4K compatible systems, not for close to, but for exactly the same price as our MHUB 2K systems. And we're calling these new, more affordable MHUBs the MHUB 4K 3rd Gen, or just MHUB 4K for short. And here they are. It's a radically improved industrial design using our favorite new material, aluminium. They're engineered and manufactured to an incredible standard. You will immediately feel the step up in quality. MHUB 4K has a simplified front panel display. We've ditched the LC display and replaced them with simple LED indicators and simple buttons. Keeps the operation of the system easy and intuitive, but at a lower cost. So it's enabling us to hit that lower price point. It also has slender receivers made from aluminium. So let's take a look at the rear of the new 4x4 MHUB 4K. 4x3 plus 1. If you look closely, you'll see it has 3 HD-based T ports and 1 HDMI port, hence 4x3 plus 1. It's a compact design with a locking power supply and an optional 1U rack mount kit, should you want to make it look nice in a rack. It also offers 1 zone output with audio extraction if you want to integrate the audio with a multi-room audio system, or something like a Sonos Connect or a Denon Heels. And here's its bigger brother, the 8x8, which is an 8x6 plus 2. It has an onboard power supply with an IEC cable, and again, audio extraction from one of the ports. Let's take a look at how it compares to the model that's just superseded, the MHUB 2K. Compared to the MHUB 2K, we can achieve Ultra HD up to 40 meters, which of course is 100% further than its predecessor. We can achieve 1080p up to 70 meters, which is 40% further. And that's because we're using HD-Base-T Class B technology, which is sometimes referred to as HD-Base-T Lite. And on top of this massively improved performance, MHUB 4K also utilizes PoE. So no additional wall-wart power supplies are required, no USB to 5-volt power supplies like you used to have to use with the MHUB 2K. So we're able to offer MHUB 4K as a truly single cable system. Importantly, MHUB 4K supports Ultra HD Blu-ray playback with HDR at 24 frames per second, which luckily at the moment is probably the most premium 4K content currently available to most consumers. So let's move on to MHUB 4K software. We've created a mobile-optimized HTML5 web interface. This is used to manage settings and is designed to simplify MHUB 4K setup. It can also be used as a quick remote when the physical remote isn't close to hand. If you click the menu and go into more options, you can change the names of source devices and display locations. And once your MHUB is configured, you can lock it with a pin. You can also head into network settings and do the usual changes there, fixed IP and so on. And in the AV settings menu, you can fix or copy EDID profiles and help manage the system better with that feature. Dash will become a key element to every MHUB installation. If MHUB is to be integrated with the control system, it's made very easy by our ready-made drivers, whether that be IP, IR, or RS-232, for all major control systems, and these are included free of charge. They're easily accessible from the dash, and you'll always get the most up-to-date driver if you go to it via that route. And something that gets fed back to us a lot is why don't we have a direct IR cable control for our MHUBs? Shouldn't have looked at GIF then. Particularly for Control 4 dealers and Pro Control users, get a lot of grief about that. But we put that right, and now you can connect any third-party IR control cable to an MHUB 4K with something that we call an optocoupler. And it's an accessory, and it's about £20, but it enables that direct IR control that you've been feeding back to us. Now, we understand that every HDanywhere install is mission critical to the user, and we want you to have great confidence in our products. That's why we now offer a 3-year warranty on our new MHUBs. It's our dependability guarantee. Now, we feel it's important to bring the cost down of integrated AV because we believe for most consumers, AV is where smart homes begin. AV has a potential to be the foot in the door product for selling add-on smart home services. And we know that dealers all want to do that. Now, MHUB 4K may be our most affordable 4K MHUB ever, but they certainly don't look or feel cheap. I'd urge you to get hands-on with them after the keynote here at the after party. So that's the MHUB 4K 3rd Gen, our newest and most affordable MHUB ever. Thank you. Okay, so that's 2 new MHUB systems that I wanted to talk to you about. Now on to some more. HDMI distribution is a saturated market. There are many products that home technology professionals can choose from that generally look the same and do the same thing. And for a while now, we've been thinking, how can we innovate effectively a HDMI matrix to offer more to the smart home industry? And we said in our press releases that at this event, you would see new product innovations and demos of revolutionary new matrix features that no other brand offers. Now, I'm very pleased to introduce to you a new system, a new flagship system. With MHUB Pro, you can do so much more with a single device, delivering flexible AV, networking, and powerful control, achieving more with less hardware in the connected home The MHUB 4K Pro is our most refined design ever, and it's the first matrix to use elegant backlit touch controls. They fade in and out as required. This keeps a discreet, clutter-free, premium look. When you get up close to MHUB Pro after this event, you'll just want to touch it and play with those backlit touch controls. We're very pleased how they came out. Its high-end design is matched with high performance. Utilizing HDBaseT Class A technology, it adds a fast Ethernet connection over the single Cat6 cable, meaning we can deliver not just video distribution, but we can also help enable the connected home. We can deliver 4K 70 meters, which is 43% further than the MHUB 4K 3rd Gen, and we can deliver 1080p up to 100 meters, which is 30% further. It has an onboard power supply, has lots of zone audio output options. On each zone output, it's possible to get the HDMI audio down mixed to a 2-channel stereo via the 3.5mm headphone jack, whilst the optical SB-diff port will allow up to 5.1 multi-channel audio simultaneously. For uncompressed audio, such as Dolby Atmos or DTS-X, you can utilize the mirrored HDMI outputs on each of the 8 zones. And of course, it supports Ultra HD Blu-ray movie playback with HDR at 24 frames per second. Also has our slender aluminium PoE receivers. And something new. The evolution from 1080p to 4K has resulted in quite a lot of installation scenarios with mixed display capabilities. And this can be quite a challenge for home technology professionals to overcome. Lots of people still love their 1080p Curo TV or that £40,000 1080p projector. And why upgrade it or replace it if you don't have to? The scaling is sometimes a feature you see with IP-based systems, but generally not on HDBaseT. Certainly not at our price point. And we're releasing a 4K to 1080p downscaling receiver option for MHUB 4K Pro. This enables a simple way to 4K content on your 1080p display devices and gets over that real-world challenge of mixed resolution projects in a very simple, very easy way. You just need to have one of these receivers for each 1080p device, and the problem is solved. Quickly on to MHUB 4K Pro software. It too has Dash, which is identical in look and feel to the Dash on the MHUB 4K 3rd Gen, but with some key differences. The main one being that HDanywhere MHUB 4K Pro is cloud-enabled, which means its settings are backed up automatically to the cloud, and HDA technical support can access the system if required. You can also download system updates when necessary, and we understand that remote systems monitoring and management is becoming very important to home technology professionals. We want to help you avoid unnecessary site visits, and we absolutely recognize how important that is to us. So that's why we're working very closely with network monitoring software specialist, Domots. HDanywhere is already recognized product in the Domots library, so it's there on the dashboard. And Domots will soon be able to pull a bunch of info from the MHUB 4K Pro and allow you to do things like reboot the matrix remotely. It's very, very cool, and for home technology professionals, very, very useful. So that's the MHUB 4K Pro retail pricing. You can extrapolate your dealer pricing from that. The MHUB 4K Pro allows you to achieve so much more with your matrix, and that's shipping in December. Backlit touch controls, an all aluminium design, great audio connectivity, fast networking, 4K for further distances, a downscaling receiver option, great software with cloud benefits. And, had to do it, one more thing. In our invites and press releases, I spoke about functionality that adds so much more to what you can achieve via a matrix within the home. Now I'd like to invite Dylan up here to talk about what I mean by powerful and intimidating control.
Okay, so earlier Chris said he wanted to share with you what he thought HDA's vision for a smarter meter AV was. And what you're about to see is the culmination of almost 14 months of hard work and innovation. I'm so glad to get this off my chest because many of you in the audience, I've either bent the truth or outright lied to your faces. So it's a good chance to set the record straight. So, without further ado, introducing Dylan Control. Yeah, I couldn't resist. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, seeing that I have creative control over this presentation, I couldn't resist putting it in there. I'm hoping someone might take a photo and then, share it on social media, and I could show my mum, who'd be well chuffed. Okay. All right, so it isn't called Dylan Control, but control is firmly on the agenda. And why is control important? Because tech aside, it's control that you interact with on a daily basis. It's the bridge between the human and the machine. And if that interaction is poor, then your experience is poor. And we know this. And for me personally, I think this is the one area which has had the least amount of innovation in matrix and multi-room HD design. So, to understand how to improve control, we need to first get to grasp with the state of play. What is the status quo? Typically, a multi-room system will ship with simple remotes like this, and they provide master or have evolved to include contextual remote control. I mean, amongst our peers, this sort of control is considered the innovation. As practical as it is, it's hardly intuitive and not really an acceptable control method in 2016. For example, just to get your MHUB to switch sources, you would need one of these in every room in your property, or every room which has a display location enabled. But as soon as you throw source control into the mix, then the complexity and often the budget will rise quite sharply. So, when you boil it down, you really have two options available to you. On one end, you've got the learning remotes. And these are relatively cheap, working out at about £100 per room. And then on the other end of the scale, you've got fully blown control systems offering comprehensive control, audio, video, lighting, all that sort of stuff, security. And these usually start at £500, but they can go much, much higher in cost. With the learning remotes, they're a sort of one-size-fits-all device. And if you don't have a source device that supports that many buttons, then you're going to be left with buttons which are completely unused or completely useless. Now, to me, that isn't intuitive. I think that's quite confusing. Control systems, absolutely great. Love control systems. But you can't get around the fact that that cost can be a little bit prohibitive. It can be prohibitive to sell. So that's where HDA control came into play. It is something that we understood that as a manufacturer, we didn't have a solution unifying those two together. And released earlier this year, it included Roku and Now TV as source control. And it was a direct result of trying to address the problem I mentioned before. Since its launch, it's been one of our fastest adopted products, with around about 300 downloads per month. And we're pretty happy with that. We're very happy. But the app's architecture was built around API and IP control of source devices. This is the future after all. There should be an API for everything. Everyone has an API. Well, it turns out that it wasn't the case. One particular, very important device didn't want to play nice. Can you guess what that was? I can hear people say Sky. Yep, it was Sky. And this was a huge problem because 85% of visitors polled on HDanywhere.co.uk requested it as a source device that they wanted to see integrated into the app. And no matter what we tried, we just couldn't get it to play ball. So we did everything. I mean, we did things like hijack the Sky Go app to sniff out the network commands. Then we tried to ghost it from the HDA control app, but they'd built in protection to stop us from doing this. It just wasn't going to respond to any command other than its own hardware. And to me, that highlights the nature of AV tech in the modern age. For whatever business or economic reason, manufacturers choose to restrict access to content or their devices as they wish. For HDA, being a device that supports many other devices, that isn't really a reliable enough platform for us to work on and grow from. So APIs are incredibly powerful, but when all you want to do is watch Dave Plus One or, pause your movie, an API can be a little bit overkill. So we had to rethink our strategy. We needed a technology that was universally adopted, well understood, and had been around for decades. We needed to go back to IR, infrared. So it was decided to rebuild the app and reimagine the hardware within MHUB to facilitate IR commands sent over IP. And that was about 9 months ago. And tonight, we're announcing a complete control method for MHUB Pro and the devices connected to it. And we're calling it uControl, and we're incredibly proud of it. Before we get into it, there's a couple of things I want to note about uControl, which I think are really important. One, it was designed to be easy to use and completely free of programming. We were tasked with making uControl so intuitive and easy that the hardest part would actually be putting the right IR transmitter in front of the IR window of the device. And in fact, I messed up by plugging in the wrong IR device into the wrong matrix, just earlier. The hardest part is definitely plugging it in. The entire ecosystem is HDA design led and informed, and this is something that I'm going to keep using from now onwards, and you'll definitely hear a lot of it in 2017. HDA designed and led and informed by us. And thirdly, it had to be done without purchasing any additional hardware. What we ended up with was a system that could be controlled to set up 8 devices in less than 10 minutes, which could be scaled to any number of control devices instantly. So, how does it work? uControl works by combining several new technologies together inside MHUB. Chris touched on it earlier, but he mentioned that MHUB Pro is cloud-enabled. It is cloud-enabled mainly to serve the uControl service. To control any source device, you visit Dash and select the type of device you want to control. There are no manufacturer codes, no serial numbers, nothing technical. You just tell Dash that you have a games console and it happens to be an Xbox. Dash will automatically search HDA's cloud platform for relevant product packs and download the most popular remote pack ready for testing. If that IR pack doesn't work, then HDA Cloud will serve another. After you confirm that test command, that single test command works, it will download the entire pack ready to use. Next step, you then download the uControl app and pair it to MHUB. MHUBs now support the same network discovery method as Apple for quick and painless network detection. After the app has been paired, it will automatically sync details like room names, display names, MHUB operating information, and all the IR packs that have been downloaded for immediate use. And this process is incredibly quick, like seconds. It's literally seconds. As far as we're concerned at this stage, you're pretty much ready to watch some TV. Okay, so how do we actually get a command from the app to the MHUB to then control the source device? Well, commands are sent over IP using a technology that HDA have developed called IP to IR Gen. These are processed by MHUB and converted into IR bursts using on-demand IP to IR Gen's engine. That command is then verified and output from any addressable IR transmitter. And that's pretty much it. I mean, as HDA pros, you pretty much know this process. It's now being done within MHUB. So with a combination of technologies, refreshing. So, with a combination of technologies, HDA Cloud, IP to IR Gen, and an MHUB Pro, you can control MHUB. You can control the source devices. And you can control displays as well. That's right. We can control every device connected to MHUB out of the box, ready to go, and absolutely free of charge. And there it is. Doesn't that look gorgeous? I'm really proud to show it off. I've been working on this for so long, it's been very, very hard to keep this a secret. Okay, because I hate myself, and because I'm not nervous enough, we're going to try a live demo, okay? Yeah? Who wants to see it on the big screen? Right, Okay, hopefully this is going to work. Okay, can we get it on the screen? Okay, here it goes. Oh, wow, it's actually there. Okay, first off, right, I'm going to move over here so I can see the screen myself. Okay, first off, anyone who's used the HDA Control app will immediately be familiar with uControl's interface. The biggest change in terms of UI is the introduction of the Carbonite design language. Okay, let's take a look from the top down. So the top label tells me what room I'm in and where I want to send commands from. As you can see, we're in screen 5 at the Odeon, and the horizontal bar directly below tells me what sources I'm currently tapped into or watching. This one happens to be an Apple TV, which was the second most requested source in that poll on HDanywhere.co.uk. Okay, if I move from one room to another, I can call the room selector by swiping left. I'm having a bit of a tech issue over there.
Oh, yeah, stand by. There you go.
Very difficult when you can't see what you're doing. Okay, I could change rooms by swiping to the left, and you can see the other screens that we can control in the Odeon. I won't hijack the Bridget Jones screening with my demo. I don't think they'd appreciate that very much. And I could dismiss it by swiping left to right, or I could call it by pressing this menu icon there too. And depending on, I can move around the home or whatever, and change rooms as I wish. Or I could control every room from just one room. It doesn't really matter because I'm connected via IP. Okay, if this feels like I'm teaching you to suck eggs, then that's exactly the point. That's exactly what I want you to feel like. This should feel intuitive and very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Very natural, okay? It should feel natural. And that's a great deal of thought has gone into the way that we've designed this app. Okay, the large area below is reserved for source control UI. Any control packs downloaded from the HDA cloud dynamically informs the uControl how to draw its interface. So, so when we optimize, when you download the IR pack, we at HDanywhere redesign, optimize that UI to make sure that only the most important commands are supported. So we try and make it, so whatever the first screens that are on display, we try and put the most popular controls there for you to navigate from. So, here we have an Apple TV. We've integrated gesture control into it. Who wants to see this thing control an Apple TV? Right. Can we get a picture-in-picture? Okay. Okay, right. Perfect. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move to the Taste Made app because I'm feeling kind of hungry. Okay. Let's see what's on offer there. And see, I'm looking at the screen and not the app. That's good user.
The other way around.
That's good UX design. I'm getting the feedback from the screen. I don't need to look at the app or look around. Okay, there isn't much here. I shouldn't really be eating cakes. I'm supposed to be running a half marathon on the weekend, so let's get out of here. Okay, I don't want to check this out. I don't want to do this. I'm going to move to Sky HD. I just said command. That should change to Sky HD. There, look at this. Okay, again, because we don't have any connection to the outside world, this is a closed demo. We can't obviously get Sky HD to work. But notice that the UI has changed. And this will happen for every single command pack that is downloaded into MHUB. If the device doesn't support that many buttons, we won't deliver that many buttons. It's refined for the device that you're controlling. Okay, I'm going to just switch to, I don't know, let's see. I'm going to have to look this way. Okay, yeah, I can navigate. If you keep an eye on the app, you can see me moving around. I'm going to move to control, move up and move down. I'm going to hit back again. Here we are. Okay, you get the drift. Okay. Okay, if we could go back to the large screen, please. One final thing that I didn't touch on, new to the UI design, in the top right corner, you can see a TV standby icon, and on the footer of the app, you can see a volume control. This is the control that we're supporting for displays. So, like I said, you'll be able to walk into a room, turn the TV on, adjust the volume, and control every source device that you want. Okay. Right. Okay. I think we're good with that demo then. I'm so glad that I've actually got shaky legs. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Right. Okay, just to recap. You can control every device connected to MHUB. There's zero programming involved, and you can control your displays, all free of charge. So, that's uControl. It's easy to use and intuitive, building on the success of HDA Control and moving us in an exciting new direction, available from the iOS and Play stores very, very soon. I use an iPad today, but it could easily be a phone, probably not a Galaxy Note 7. Okay. Okay, so that's uControl, but that isn't everything just yet. Right. We have dealers all over the world. What if we don't support a particular source device or a display in any given territory? What if we physically can't see the remote in order to replicate it? That's no problem. Before Christmas, we'll be launching our uContribute program for home technology professionals, making it possible to create your custom UIs from our cloud platform, building the uControl library one by one device at a time, and making it possible to deliver a custom UI should you wish to provide it. And that's because at HDanywhere, what we really want to do is enable you to deliver the best user experience. And if that doesn't match, if uControl doesn't match your requirements, then you could just build your own. By Q2 2017, we will open our entire API library to customize your HDA experience to have it your way. Pass any command through MHUB, utilize IP to IR Gen Tech to create your own solutions, and open up any possibility for control. Control and customization options are endless. Okay, one final thing. These devices have been getting a lot of media attention recently, and we haven't ignored it. We're already developing skills for Amazon Alexa service and using IP to IR Gen Tech and HDA Cloud. We could go way, way further than anything our counterparts can do or produce. Very soon, it'll be possible to say something like this to Amazon Alexa. I'm going to bed, resume watching there. And via your MHUB, your TV will pause. The TV will turn off. The TV in the bedroom will turn on, and the MHUB will switch to your source ready to resume viewing. So, that's smarter, neater AV from HDanywhere. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chris.
Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. And didn't have to commend you, you've done a fantastic job of interpreting the brief there, working very hard. And it's not easy to get up in front of you lot and then do a live demo. I don't have to do a live demo. So, at a time when other manufacturers are increasing their prices for existing models, HDanywhere are innovating, we're adding new features, which are an incredible value add without increasing our prices. Full AV system control without the need for any additional hardware via an app is a fantastic value add. So, 4 slender extenders, 2 more affordable 4K systems that will help open doors and broaden the market, 2 4K Pro systems with powerful IP to IR capabilities. I mean, Dylan touched on it there with Alexa and voice control. With that flexibility, you can do so much more than other matrices. One very handy 1080p downscaling receiver. One amazing app. That's 10 new HDanywhere products, all shipping by the end of this year. And believe it or not, there are some other products very close to being ready. So be sure to join us in February in Amsterdam for ISE 2017, where we'll be releasing products 11, 12, and 13. The HDA mission, as I said earlier, is to change the relationship people have with AV in their homes. We're determined to improve the audio-visual experience and to make integrated AV more mainstream. Delivering the best experience is about bringing together video, audio, and control into a unified, seamless system. That should definitely be a smarter, neater HDanywhere system. Now, we all know a company is only as good as its people, and I have no doubts that at HDanywhere we have some of the best A players in our industry, and everyone has worked relentlessly hard to get to today. It's nearly over. And I'd like to publicly acknowledge the entire HDanywhere team. So would everyone from HDanywhere please stand up? You deserve a big round of applause, and well done. More acknowledgement. What we have announced here today has actually been a truly global effort, and I would like to acknowledge a few members of our working groups around the world who will be watching this video back later, who have delivered MHUB 4K Pro and helped Dylan to deliver uControl. In the UK, that's Dylan, Daniel, Stuart, and Joe. In India, that's Vimal, Poonam, Rahul, and Yashika. In China, it's Phoebe, Henry, Gao, and Jason. And in the USA, Ravi and Tarandeep. A truly global effort. And Dylan's done a fantastic job of coordinating them all in different time zones. And he's got much grayer in the process. And with regards to today's event, I'd like to thank Jordan Gomez and Sophie Wolf from Hugh London for their videography and making the videos that you saw tonight. And I'd also like to acknowledge James Kelly, who is the composer who wrote the music for tonight. This is all custom pieces. They're not stock library. It was written especially for us, and I think the tracks are fantastic. I'd also like to thank AWE Europe for allowing us to use their smart apartment. And I'd especially like to thank Durgesh from Nucleus AV for allowing us into his home and invading his life with his family to build some more of those shots. And Adam from Odeon for helping us out so much to make today's event successful. Finally, I think most importantly, I'd like to thank everyone who came tonight for our first X event. The after party is at Shooter's Bar, which is in the beer cellar downstairs, where you can get hands-on with all the products that we've talked about tonight. You can speak to members of the HDanywhere team who have been designing these products. And again, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Thank you.